Hey, welcome back. In this next video, I want to show you a little bit about failover in the Kubernetes cluster. So we just start where we left off in the last video. So as you can see here, I've got my worker 04 atom deployed on the fourth worker actually. So that should be this Raspberry Pi. And as we've seen, as I've shown you, the API or the web service is working up and running within that particular node. Now, what I would like to do in this case, and let me do that before, so I'm gonna just somehow get that atom not, you know, not being able to do anything. So there are multiple ways I could completely kill it, and we should see some failover happening, but I could also unplug it from the network. So it should not be available, and the Kubernetes cluster should be starting a new pod with an atom on one particular node there. So let me just go back and show you the pods. So once I do that, as you can see, this is my original one that is now with a status unknown because I unplugged it from the network. And immediately the cluster has started a second node here, which is now running for 12 seconds. And this should reflect in some time in the platform as well, right? So this new atom will start once installed on whatever node. Let me check what node it is on. So let me do an output wide. And that should be starting on worker 03, as you can see here. So this one will be, having a status unknown still. And this one should appear at some point within the platform itself. So let's wait a little bit for that, for it to start. It's doing a complete new installation of the atom, so it will take maybe a minute or so before it will start to appear on the platform. And the communications get started between the atom itself and the platform. There, you see worker 04 is now flagged as being probably offline. Let me go there. So the atom information, yeah. So it's not talking back to the platform, and this is all known, right? Nothing new there. So it's reported as being offline. And as this one is started, once that is started and calling the platform, it should show up again like worker 04 before, but now as our atom worker 03. And there we go. So it's starting, and let me see the status. It's offline, it's starting and trying to call the platform, I suppose. So the services, nothing has changed there. So if I go and show you the services, obviously that is gonna be still the same, exactly the same, running for 7 minutes here now. But once my new worker has started, or my new atom has started, I should be reporting as online. There we go. So it's online now, and my cluster is back to where it was, right? So one failed node now flagged as being offline, and then the new node taking the new work, right? So if I were to go again to doing this, and everything is fine, and the actual process is already deployed, hopefully, to that new node, then in the end, and we see that we still get our information back as we would expect. Now, what we could do is actually try to plug back in the fourth node. So let me try to do that. There we go. So it's live again on the network. And let me see. So if we do a get pods output wide, it's now terminating. So it's back, but we have a failover node running. So the cluster will be terminating the node that I had. So that was on the network once. And there you go. It's also taken off at the platform level. So it's going down and it's nicely dying, so to speak. And once terminated, I should be left over with my failover node, and everything will continue as usual. So that was just a little bit on Kubernetes cluster with the atom deployments and failover. Thank you.